Yo, what's up? It's Llama here with the No Drama Llama podcast. This episode 9, Women's History. So today we're going to be talking about how women over time have been blamed for a lot of things, and how they have not been getting credit for a lot of things, and just a lot of stuff like that. And also, we'll be talking about Donald Trump and his opinions on women. So first off, we're going to start with basically just like science in general. We're going to be talking about how there's some scientists are three thinkers, and so, what that means is more like they're able to look outside the box and kind of just think for themselves. They're not like persuaded easily by society, and they look for deeper meanings and stuff, and so that's basically it about that. Also, with the science thing, there's been a big discussion about school and what school should teach and what should not be taught. And some schools, evolution is not taught, and only the creation story is taught. But I'd say most schools, for the most part, try to bring together both and try to present them both as a educated argument, and try not to try not to make them religious or anything, just try to make them factual. So that's kind of what the thing is with that. Next, we talked about the Bible, how it has no problems with lesbians, but it has big problems with gays. So apparently guys like watching lesbians, so that's why it is okay for them to be lesbians, but when two guys do it, that's apparently not cool. So that's apparently what the Bible says. I guess, okay. And Christ was apparently more of a female character rather than a male character, because he was kind of like a maid, and he tried to help others, and at that time, and even at this time, still seen as a female trait to look after others and everything like that, which a lot of stereotyping going on there, but yes, I guess it's kind of generalizations. So also Christian leaders after Constantine took Christianity and made it like the Roman Empire type thing. They persecuted non-Christians, and so the Christians were persecuting non-Christians and start wars with them. So that's kind of not like Jesus' teaching. So a lot of people say that Constantine's main thing was just to gain power, an easy way to gain power from the Christian church, or Catholic church. So that was one thing. We're gonna keep going. So first off, let's talk about prehistory. So prehistory was before writing, before cavemen knew how to write. That's a lot of history, but I mean, not too much. A lot of things were developed at that time, though. So, and a lot of things that we tend to stick on, like we were talking about in class, how we see people attractive. We were talking about how for women, bigger breasts and bigger backsides are more attractive, and that was an adaptation from cavemen. So, yeah. In prehistory, women were seen as nurturers and second class. They were typically abused by male companions. Women were a commodity, and men made source of production while women made source of reproduction. It's a pretty good quote, I thought. So again, it's men made source of production while women made source of reproduction. So women apparently didn't realize that being with a man did not make a baby. So men had nothing to do with a baby, and obviously, pretty simply, you gotta have a guy and a girl. It's just kind of how it works. So we had some readings. We talked about, first off, was the one with the furs for evening. But cloth was the Stone Age standby from 1999. Women wore short dresses, which sexualized them, which they still do. So not much change. There's these Venus figures that we were shown, and of like a clay sculpture. I don't know, maybe not clay, but they were just made of rock. And the women typically had wide hips and thick thighs, which helped for reproduction, and it was a desirable trait. They were over-sexualized in their breasts and their back, like I said before. So rock women back then, so like the rock woman was basically like what a magazine is for today, like Cosmopolitan magazine, which I have an episode on that if you want to go check that out. That was episode, episode 4 if you want to go check that out. But yeah, anyways, one sec. Anyways, you know, I think it's pretty smart it was basically like a way to, like, you know, make sure other women do what other women try to do. I don't know how that works, but, you know, it's more just like survival of the fittest kind of. Most rock women were pregnant, and so there were fertility signs. Yeah, because, you know, a lot of women, they were palm-shaped, the little rocks, so a lot of women held them during labor because to get rid of the pain, like a little stress ball kind of. So it's cool. It might have been a teaching tool for mothers to teach daughters the women anatomy. Yeah, and very unlikely, but it could be just a prehistoric Barbie doll, which I highly doubt it. There were also symbols of rock women made by men, and they were typically made for pleasure. Polytheist people, Greek gods, goddesses were the creators, but they don't have any power anymore. So all the guys like Zeus and all that crap took all the power. And so yeah, they all have. Okay, so the women in the story had clothing on, which historians didn't notice. Historian said women are sewers and obviously could not create anything this complex. Oh yeah, okay. Weaving this decomposes, so that's probably why they didn't see that. They just thought it was just animal hide, but instead it was women using needle and thread technique with the plants, with the plant, and that would be allowed them to make clothes, nets, and other stuff like that. Women were familiar with the plants, mainly because that's all they did. And men only worked 1 to 2 hours a day for 4 days a week. Not much at all, but it is hard work, so we'll see. Men are hunters because women are the ones who are pregnant. It's kind of like an observation I made that if you have pregnant women, you have 8 months that you're not going to be able to eat. If they were the hunters, you wouldn't be able to eat meat, so that would really work out very well. They took some herbs that countered for abortion. Crazy about that, but yeah, that's kind of weird. Breastfeeding women was less likely to become pregnant. If they're breastfeeding, they're less likely to become pregnant. So a lot of them breastfeed. So yeah, like I said, men hunted, women picked plants. Next one we talked about was guardians of the flutes. Practices that make boys stretch their bodies and eating food and other foods that become men. And there were some weird practices that went down that we talked about that I do not want to talk about again. They're kind of weird. Just say the flute ceremony. Boys were reborn into man's world. That's all I'm going to say about that. So men, because women have periods, they saw, okay, they're on the positive side because they can do something we can't, so that makes us negative. And so what they did is they tried to make other stuff. They said that men were the only ones that could create babies. It was their reproductive that was made in the woman, but it wasn't because of the woman. So that made men look in a positive light, and makes women negative. Next thing, so talking about women in agriculture again. So women created agriculture because they tended to the plants. Men thought that planting wasn't a allowed, so they didn't associate with that. And then, so men would eventually do farming because plows and larger equipment would eventually come around. They said that women couldn't do that. Next, we talk about farming. Kind of the same thing. Population growth is like just in general about farming. Population growth could force farming. A decline in animal population also made it a little bit more of like what they wanted to do, because they would kept hunting. Eventually, all the animals went dead. Climate change as well. Animals, there's climate change. They typically move around a lot. Plants are going to stay usually about the same. It's allowed for a lot more food, a lot more people. Next, we talk about Gilgamesh. We talked about how the women had a lot of sex all the time. Women were seen as animals. They had to be civilized, and once they were civilized, by their men. They were civilized by their men. And so there was an Adam and Eve comparison made that women were inferior. That's about right. That's what we talked about, just how women were just inferior. That's not much else. Just women were always blamed, I guess. Painful childbirth is given to Eve in this. Eve also came from Adam, apparently, and the daughters are property of their fathers. Farming was inferior to hunting in the eyes of God, as seen by Cain and Abel's story. So yeah. And lastly, we watched a music video, or not music video, it was just kind of like a video song. It was by Alice Cooper. It's Only Women Bleed, and it was just talking about one way to see it is women's processes they have each month. And also, some women they take more pain, they take more suffering than guys, from the guys. So yeah. We talked about Trump, per usual. We always have to get this little Trump thing going on. And apparently 38% of people believe that coronavirus comes from the alcoholic beverage Corona. And apparently that same percentage is about the same percentage as the Trump support base. So, you can leave that there. You can interpret it how you want to. Apparently, this is what was said. I don't know if it's factual at all. Agriculture, all people have two hands, but they also have a big stomach, so yeah. They can work, but they're also going to eat, so yeah, there's an increase in food supply still, instead of hunting guys, because they want to have masculinity, they make other people enemies, and so it makes them look cool, and so they can, they can just flex on people, I guess. I mean, that's probably the best word, because animals are now herded, which took the pride away from, catching an animal, because you're just going to a pen and then getting it. Nobody's really going to respect you. We also had a quote, whoever does the fighting does the effing. That was a quote that was said. Pretty much summed that up pretty well. And lastly, we talked about women and fields. We were talking about how men are usually on the fields after a certain point, and the furrows that were created look like the woman's genital areas. So, I guess that makes it more of we're planting the seed in the genital, and so that's what guys saw it as. And so, yeah, that's been about it. This was Land the Llama here with the No Drama Llama podcast. This was episode 9, Women's History. Thanks for watching, and see y'all later. Please like and subscribe. Bye.